Happy to be joined by the former middleweight champion Chris Weidman, who is coming off a victory in his last fight over Bruno Silva. Before we talk about that, tell me a bit about this Wonderboy curse that was going on. Apparently he was in your corner when you broke your leg. Same thing with Weston Wilson when he fought. And then apparently in your last fight he cornered you, but you won. So I think the curse is over, right?
So so Wonderboy, he's been I think every time he was in my corner before my leg break, I won, or like maybe close to it. And so I wouldn't say he was the bad luck. There was this dude, Tom Lane, an up-and-coming fighter. He's 4-0 right now. He was in my corner twice. It was when my leg broke against Uriah Hall the first time, and then I broke my leg in the second fight against Brad Tavares. And I was like, bro, you're bad luck, so I had to kick him out. He said he knew he was bad luck, so we just got rid of him, and then I won my last fight, so it was good.
So I know you're always in the gym training. You're here obviously doing the media stuff and everything. Ideal time to return. Have you sort of talked to the UFC about that yet?
Yeah, like end of September. Anything after end of September, I'll be ready for. I got tons of travel and different things I'm doing through basically July. And so starting in August, I'm going to be all out training and ready to get into a camp. So we'll see what the UFC sets up for me.
What do you got planned for the summer? Anything cool?
I'm going to Hawaii for Monster Energy, but I'm bringing my family. My wife is from there, so she has tons of family. So we're going to spend 2 weeks out there. Then I turn 40. We go to Mexico with a bunch of friends from New York that I haven't seen in a while. And then I'm ready to train. I'll be fat and ready to go with tons of energy.
But not the New York card.
No, well, the New York card may,
I thought you said before it's kind of bad luck, no?
Well, it hasn't been great luck for me. My 2 fights at MSG, I was winning the fights and I got knocked out in the third round, and it was just awful. Not a good feeling. So there's some bad luck there for sure. But I like challenges, so maybe I could turn that around.
Okay, well, there you go.
If it's there, if they give that to me, I'm taking it. Yeah.
Any opponents in mind? Like again, you still got a lot of name value. You're a former champion. I mentioned off the top there. And any fights that entice you? Not like you're calling anyone out.
I fought a couple guys now, like not with the biggest names. I'd rather like a big name fight at this point. I've done a lot in the sport. I got to win against a tough guy like Bruno Silva. So I'm ready. I'm ready for some big fights, some big name fights, something exciting, something where I don't have to explain to like people who I'm fighting and how to pronounce their name.
I'll throw a name out there. Again, not calling anyone out for people paying attention at home. Is Bo Nickal a fight that would interest you? I know he's an up-and-comer, but he's also got that name value too. You beat a Bo Nickal, that's going to propel you up pretty quickly.
I like Bo Nickal a lot. I see a lot of like me in him when I was up-and-coming. I'll never call a guy out like that. And so, he's still like learning on the job. So I'd rather not even like create that fight. I don't want, you
want more like a veteran.
Honestly, it doesn't do much. It doesn't do much for me a win over him, because right away it's gonna be like, oh, he wasn't ready. That was his first real test of wrestling, and then he's stuck standing up, or whatever the case may be. But it just doesn't do much for either one of us. So I don't see that as a fight that we're interested in. But like a bigger name, if it's a vet, that's fine. But if it's anybody that's a big name, that's fun.
Any vets come to mind?
No, I gotta do some homework.
I'm never going to be a matchmaker in the UFC. Weidman just shot down both my calls. No, I don't. Bo was my only one I was thinking of. But I'm just thinking, I don't know if you'll get that ranked opponent next. Otherwise, that's kind of easy to go through there. Well, here, I'll throw one out. You just because he's fighting multiple weight classes. Kevin Holland, a fun fight. You'd want it?
I'll be honest. No, I don't think anybody. I haven't said this publicly, but they asked me to fight him in July in Denver. Oh, okay. Just like this week, actually, they asked me. I was like, I can't do that. It's a little too soon.
You're in like dad and like meet and greet mode.
Yes, yeah. I'm chubby right now. We got vacations and stuff. I got to do that. But after that, I'm down. I think that's a great name. Fun fight, good matchup. So I would take that fight in a heartbeat, but just bad timing.
Now, what do you make of the champion, Dricus Du Plessis? Obviously, the division has changed belts a few times since you were champion. What do you make of Dricus as champion?
He's just like everybody. You kind of doubted him coming up because, he was in a lot of close fights and kind of spastic, and he looked exhausted always. And so you kind of like, I don't think he's that good, but he's proven that unorthodox style that he has, it works. It works for MMA. He's done a great job, and he's confident with his style, which is big. Usually, if you're coming up the rankings like he has and you become a champion, the criticisms of your style and the way you look out there could kind of get to you, and you might you start being insecure a little bit about it, and you start trying to switch up what got you there. He's kind of really dove into what he does in his unorthodox style and really believes in it. He's more confident with it. So He's great.
Does he beat out Adesanya in the fight?
You can't ever take Adesanya out of any fight with everything that he's done. But there's a lot of time off that he's had now. We'll see how he does coming back from something like that. But he was a champion, one of the best champions we've ever had. So I don't know. It's a tough fight to pick.
I think Du Plessis is the underdog. Do you think that's correct, or do you think he should be the favorite?
I think that it's a part of at this point, like a pick 'em fight.
Okay. I like that very Canadian answer. I'm Canadian, so that's very easy right there. And what do you make of Sean Strickland in the division?
Awesome personality. He speaks whatever's on his mind, whether you like it or not. You got to like the honesty out of him. And then his style is always fun. He's going to bring a heavy pace. He tries to break guys mentally and physically. That's a fight I would love. The 3 fights I would love. He's one of the fights, but I would say a couple others is Adesanya at some point and Whitaker. I like those guys a lot, but with what they've accomplished in the sport, we're right up there as like some of the best middleweights in history. And when it's all said and done, I want to go against some of the best guys that's ever done it. And those are 2 guys I haven't been able to step in the octagon with. So I would love to challenge myself against one of those guys at some point.
Did you watch the presidential debate last night?
I did, man. Yeah.
Was that more entertaining than some of the stuff you've seen? Just entertaining in a non-entertaining way, if that makes sense.
You know what was nice about it? It wasn't. For me, speaking for myself, it wasn't like It wasn't like a stressful debate. There wasn't much hate. It was pretty. It was entertaining, like you said. When they started arguing about their golf scores, and Biden starts going into he's a 6 handicap, and he's like, "I seen you swing. There's no way you're a 6 handicap." He goes, "I'm an 8 handicap." He just changed his handicap like this. When people picked up on it, I'm like, "This is hysterical." They're fighting for like, a minute over who could win in a golf match. But I got Trump on that all day.
Me too. Let's end with some rapid fire questions. Chris Weidman, favorite athlete outside of combat sports?
As competing right now?
Doesn't matter. Past or present.
I go Kobe Bryant.
Favorite movie?
Good Will Hunting.
Favorite TV show?
I just watched it, so I'm like that new bias for me. Suits.
Oh, great show. Filmed in Toronto, in Canada, obviously. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. Favorite comedian?
Kevin James.
What's your hidden talent?
I got some good magic tricks.
Favorite travel destination?
Hawaii.
Great choice. And what is your biggest pet peeve?
I got a lot of them. When people aren't self-aware, when they're like, talking about themselves in a way where like, they obviously don't think anybody's smart enough to realize the reality of the situation, and they just don't give a crap either way.
Chris, thanks so much for the time, man. Enjoy the rest of International Fight Week.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.